All right, what it do? It's your boy Lifeline. Lifeline presents Bring It to You GOAT Metrics. Got my man Seb in the building.
Yo, what's good?
We're going to jump right into it, man. GOAT Metrics is a system created by Steve Lifeline Williams. This system quantifies the career of NBA players and their stats, titles, and awards. You know, my nephew, we what you call basketball connoisseur stat man.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
sir.
So we had to bring the first show with Seb. You know, so I'm gonna break it down with the titles. That's NBA championships, scoring titles, rebounding titles, assist titles, blocks titles, and steal titles. So you get 6 different ways of getting points.
Okay.
And the point systems is 10 points
All right.
for scoring titles, championships, and everything. And now we go to the awards. So we got MVP, Finals MVP, Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year. And those get 5 points.
Okay.
And we have 3 more awards. That's 6-man award, all NBA teams. That's either first, second, or third. No matter which one you're on, you get 3 points.
Okay.
And all defensive team, no matter which one you're on, you get 3 points. So 6-man, 3 points. All NBA team, 3 points. All defensive team, 3 points.
Okay.
And then we go to the all-time leaders.
Okay.
That's the 5 statistical categories. That's points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks.
All right.
The top dog get 20 points. We had to separate when I was thinking this thing out. Like everybody on the top 10, I was gonna give them the same point.
Okay.
But I said, but the top guy, I have to give him more. I have to give him more. So the top guy gets 20, and 2 through 10 gets 10 points.
Okay.
So with the GOAT metrics, what you do is you look at the player accomplishments, you know, awards, titles, everything, and their all-time leading numbers where they fall in, the greats. Then you add it up, and then you get the GOAT metric score. And that's where things get different.
Okay.
Because you asked me before what made me think of doing this at this time.
Right. Right.
And it was because when the top 75 came out.
Okay.
When the top 75 came out, I agreed with most of the people on it.
As we all did.
But I felt like they left some people off.
Definitely.
And then some people might have been on prematurely.
I agree.
But I get it because you didn't want to wait for another 25 years to put them on.
Facts. And then you can't take off from the top 50. Like, you know, when they did the top 50, you add in 25 more players.
Yeah.
But do you take off the people that already achieved being the top 50? You know, so that's why I like this system, because it quantifies basically like where you are in the league as a whole. So whether you made top 75 or not, you know what I'm saying? This kind of quantifies like your greatness. You can't take away from this. You know what I'm saying? Because with the top 75, again, you have to leave on who already achieved, you know, those accomplishments. You can't say, well, he made the top 50, you know, 25 years ago, but we gonna take him off now. Like, nah, that's an accomplishment. They achieved that, you know? So I think that this kind of puts things in perspective.
Yeah, and then, like what you said, because the funny thing about it, if a guy was there 25 years ago, when the top 50 came out, the guy was there 25 years ago, but now players has been greater than him.
Right, definitely.
You know, but now it was no system to tell you how much greater.
Right, right.
You know, that's the main reason why I created the system, because when you're debating the greats, because don't get me wrong, Robert Horry by these standards, Robert Horry has 70 points. He got 7 championships.
That's a fact.
You know,
that's a fact.
And 70 points is more than Carmelo and other players.
Right, right.
You know, but we know he ain't that great.
That's a fact.
So the GOAT metric score system, it helps with all the greats, but when you get to the all-time greats, it really separate and show you who's who.
That's right. It shows you who's the GOAT and who's the Billy Goat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I definitely respect it. Shout outs again to the GOAT metrics. And I can't say this enough, but this is the best system that I have seen to take the emotions out of the debate And
Yeah.
let's just keep it to the numbers and the facts.
That's a
You
fact.
can't argue facts.
That's a fact. So we're gonna go to, and the funny thing about this, when we did this and I broke it down, so I didn't go to all the NBA, but I went from the 76 because it was really 75
Right.
and one more.
That's right.
I went through that. I went through the metric system and gave them their points.
Okay.
So we're gonna start with, and the highest score is in the 300.
Okay.
And the lowest score on here by the top 75 is crazy. It's 9 points.
That's a hell of a different. I'm no mathematician,
Yeah.
but that's a whole lot of points.
You know, and I'm not even gonna tell you who the bottom guy is, number 76, but he has 9 points and he played.
Wow.
He played in the NBA 18 years.
Wow.
And he
And
got
got
9
9
points.
points.
So obviously he won a championship.
You know what? That's that Jay-Z math. What he told Nas, like one album every that's different math right
Yeah,
there.
because he played 18 years. He only got 9 points.
Wow.
So you know his points ain't from championship scoring titles, assist titles.
Just for showing up.
Yeah. So, but I think him personally, I believe he got error points, and he do got 25,000 points.
Okay.
He do have 25,000 points.
Okay.
But he has more error points because he did good things. We're not gonna get on him.
All right.
He's number 76. We're gonna step into number 76 later on.
All right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I might start from the bottom too.
I
With
got
number
you.
76.
Well, that won't be hard. He only got 9 points. That'll be a quick episode.
You feel me? But we're gonna start with the number one guy.
All right. Which would be.
No, we're not even gonna say it. Let me slow it up. Let me bring it back. Let me bring it back. Let me tell you how far this goes. I'm looking at the list right now. There's only, so we said 9 was the bottom guy.
That's
76.
right. That's right.
The top guy is 300 and something.
Okay. Okay.
And then the top 5 is from the 200. So out of 5,000 players in the NBA, only 5 players by the GOAT metric system have over 200 points.
So again, no mathematician here, but it sounds like the top 5 guys might have more points than the next 70. I'm doing quick math here.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, you're not wrong, but yeah. Now you say it's crazy you said that though. I ain't gonna break the math down because if I'm looking at it right now, you're not right. but it's pretty funny.
But it's close.
It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. You might could take the top 5 guys and probably take the bottom 40 guys.
Okay.
And they might, you know what I'm saying?
All right, I'm gonna do it.
But check it out though. Check it out. Let's get to the top guy.
Okay.
And we all know him. I need you to pull up Land of Basketball too.
All right, no problem.
So you can pull up Michael Jordan. Because I'm leaning into Michael Jordan as being the GOAT.
And for the record, I'm gonna pull up Land of Basketball. But when it comes to Michael Jordan, I really don't need it.
Well,
but I'm gonna pull it up.
Yeah, Land of Basketball. That's one of our sponsors to be. They're not a sponsor right now, but we use them. We're gonna always try to plug them until they plug us with that bread. You know what I'm saying?
In that case, I definitely need Land of Basketball right now.
Yeah, we need them as a sponsor. So I use them. But let's get to the number one guy on the GOAT metrics is 335 points, and it's Michael Jordan, and he played 15 years. He played 15 years. And everybody keep hearing that. He played 15 years.
Okay. And now, am I allowed to say this right now? Just a little perspective on Michael Jordan in those 15 years. Let's not forget that 2 of those seasons, he didn't even play a full season. The second season, he was injured. He only played, 17 games, if that?
Yeah.
And then his retirement season, when he came back, he may have played 20. Yeah. So we talking a guy that really only played 13 seasons.
13 full seasons.
Yeah, 13 full seasons. So let's keep that in mind when we talking about Mr. Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
That's what's up. So let's get to the titles. So how many championships did he have?
6.
So it's 6 times 10 equals 60. plus how many scoring titles he had.
10 scoring titles.
So that's an extra 100 points because it's 10 times 10 is 100. So we have 160 right now. Now, he didn't have no rebounding. He didn't have no blocks. He didn't have no, well, he had steals. How many steals titles did he have?
3 steals titles.
So that's 30 points. Bam. So we had 190. Now, how many MVPs did he have?
5 MVPs.
So that's 25 points for 5 each. And how many finals MVP?
6.
That's 30 points. So he's at 245 right now.
So you get extra points for having the finals MVP.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. You got to, because that's an award.
Got you.
So okay. So now how many well, he had rookie of the year, he had 1.
Yes, definitely.
That's 5 points. He had defensive player of the year.
Yep.
So that's 5 points. Now we go to, so right now Michael Jordan's at 255.
Whew.
So how many all NBA teams he had?
11 all NBA teams.
Okay. So that's 33. How many defense? So right now he's at 288.
Okay.
How many defensive teams he had?
9 all defensive teams.
So that's 27. So he's at 315.
Okay.
So he's about 20 points away. So now we got to get to his all-time numbers. Now, and points, we know he's in the top 10 all-time.
Yes, definitely.
All right, so we add 10. So that's 325. And now we go to his steals.
Steals. That's right.
Number 4, number 5 in steals. So we add another 10 points.
That's right.
So right now, that leaves Jordan at 335. And Jordan, with the GOAT metric score, he got the highest GOAT metric score through 23 and 24 NBA seasons. Wow. Because every year, guys' numbers going to jump up. So we doing a rundown of 23-24. Okay. We in 24-25 season right now. And guys' numbers who get the MVP and all this, their numbers will go up. But this is the GOAT metric score of 23-24.
With the GOAT metrics, I know we're doing, you said all-time numbers.
Yeah.
So are we looking at all-time averages as well, or just all-time numbers?
You jumping ahead.
Okay.
Now, I have something that's called the bare numbers.
Okay.
That we're going to speak on. You kind of jumped the ball with that.
You know what? I apologize. Sometimes it get good. You just keep going.
Yeah, so that's for later on. That's for later on after we go through the top 76 or whatever.
Okay.
Some of them is going to be speeded through. We're going to bump the road. We're just going to...
Like people with 9 points.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate because we already brought it up. So I got to say, and before the show is over, we're going to bring them up. And I think what we're going to do, we're going to start going from the top.
Okay.
And then bring a few from the bottom.
Okay. Makes sense.
You might even do the top 5 guys.
Okay.
You know?
And then
the bottom 5 guys. Okay. Not the top 5, because we want to have more dialogue for the great guys.
Understood.
But the guys who lower, we want to have some conversation about them. And, you know, some of them we're not even going to talk about too much.
Okay. And just before you keep going, and I'm going to let you keep going, I don't want to drag it on. But like when you said I jumped ahead. And I can't stress this enough. Again, that's one of the things I love about this GOAT metric system, because it's so much room to add on. Yeah. You know, you can't really take away from anybody's achievements, but you could say something like, yo, if this dude got the highest average, you know, he might deserve a few points. You know what I'm saying? If he lacking points somewhere else. Or if this dude averaged the triple-double. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's so much room to add to.
You know why? And I'm glad you said that, too. You know why when I was thinking of this? I didn't do it like that because I'm biased of MJ.
Understood.
And I didn't want to have to reach no further to make him be, you know.
greater than he already is.
Yeah, and then I still had to give, because I love LeBron as well. I still had to give him for the longevity.
Definitely. And he deserves that.
So I didn't want to take away, because it's like, okay, because it's easier to average high numbers for less years.
Right. Definitely.
You dig me?
Definitely.
Because as you play longer, your number's going to drop. You know?
Right. Significantly, you would think.
Yeah. So therefore, I wanted to keep it in a range where everybody was on the same playing field.
Right.
And then the harder the accomplishment, I had to give it to the guy. That's why when I go with the all-time numbers, I wasn't gonna go with the all-time numbers.
I got you.
But then I had to think like, what about these guys who in the top 10 all time?
Nah, that's a fact. That's you earned
like,
that.
You know, I have to give you something.
Nah, that's a fact. And especially with like people that played for 20 years and, you know, still maintain those numbers. Like I hurt myself getting out of bed.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And me and LeBron is like 2 years apart. You know what I'm saying? So much respect to somebody that could play at a high level for that long.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's the thing. So with this being said, let's go to the bottom of the list.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
Unless we want to talk about Jordan greatness. Do you want to talk about Jordan greatness any?
As much as I love talking about Jordan's greatness, I could go to the bottom of the list. I don't think there's anything I could say about Michael Jordan right now that hasn't been said about Michael Jordan.
Got a question though.
So I got an answer.
Did you idolize him as a child?
All right, so I did, and of course, you know this. Everybody knows you're my uncle, so you know I watched you with the "Come Fly with Me," the Michael Jordan playground. So he was always a part of my life, you know. But crazy story, I was with my pops. We were watching the game. The Knicks was playing Chicago, and Jordan was being Jordan. And I was like, man, go Mike. My dad looked at me. The fuck did you just say? So I was like, I said, go Mike. He told me, he said, in this house, we root for the Knicks. And if you don't like that, you can get the fuck out. Now, I wasn't ready to leave yet. So I've been a Knicks fan ever since.
Yeah.
And, you know, if anybody knows, if you're a Knicks fan, it's hard to love Mike. You know what I'm saying? The only person we despise more is probably Reggie Miller. But, you know, and that's the greatness of Mike. To take somebody that's a Knicks fan or Boston fan and make you say, that dude, that guy's the greatest.
You know, and that's funny because the reason I said I want to slip in my little Mike story, because the funny thing, when Mike was in Chicago, because your dad, of course, is my brother. When I spent we was living in Queens or Brooklyn, but I spent a few weeks at his house. And it was in 84 or 84, 86, whatever. It was the Lakers and the Celtics playing.
Okay.
And they just beat the Pistons. The Celtics just beat the Pistons. And Isaiah was balling. He was doing this. He was doing it. I fell in love with basketball from your dad. Your dad introduced me to basketball.
Wow.
Yeah, I sat and watched it with him.
But he didn't make you a Knicks fan.
Not at the moment. Because I liked Isaiah Thomas because for some reason, he seemed like he played different. You know, he played different.
And see, I didn't really get as much of an opportunity to watch Isaiah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, my era coming around was the Michael Jordans, the Charles Barkleys, the Patrick Ewings. You know what I'm saying? So when Jordan came in the league, I might have been 3. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really, like, Isaiah's a little bit before my tenure. You know, when I was watching Isaiah, he was kind of at the end of his years. You know what I'm saying? So I get that, though.
See, when I watched him, he was battling against, and I guess because thinking about it now, I guess because I couldn't relate to him.
In which way?
Because I wasn't tall back then when I was watching him.
Right.
I was like 5'4".
Wow.
But he was so small and he played so big.
Understood.
And then he had a little toughness with him.
Right.
Then later on, when I read his autobiography and things like that, then I understand why I related to him. So I became a Detroit Pistons fan.
Okay.
And then Mike, I secretly always rooted for Mike.
Right.
Because I seen Come Fly and had the cassette tape.
Right.
But even against my team, I didn't want him to win.
I got you.
But I wanted him to go off.
I got you.
You know?
I got you. That's how I always felt about KD playing the Knicks.
Yeah.
You know, I got you.
You want him to have a great game because you like him as a player.
Right.
But you still want to win.
I got you.
And that was my thing with Mike. And that's why when he used to do the Knicks dirty, they wasn't my team. but it was crazy to me to be a New Yorker because I
Right.
still was a New Yorker. Like now I'm a Knicks do or die.
I got you.
You
I
know,
got you.
but Mike, just his impact into the game.
Right.
You know, even when he was losing, everybody knew he was the best player.
Right. That's a fact.
And that was where, even when we look at this right now, and then we see he finally got these championships.
Right.
He
Right.
was already getting scoring titles. He was already
Right.
doing this, but he was losing.
I got you.
Pistons was putting him out.
I got
That's where, you know, it made life real to me. Because no matter how great you are, that don't mean you gonna win.
Right. You can't win them all.
Exactly.
You could win 6 in 8 years, but
Yeah.
you can't win them all. I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
And that's the whole thing. So, with my thing with Mike, that's why I love Mike so much, because I seen him get beat down, and then I seen him become the bully.
That's great. That's a good analogy. I like that.
You feel me?
And you know what? Your generation of basketball lovers or NBA lovers, I look at you guys and I'm a little jealous. Because I feel like you guys got to watch great basketball become greater to the point where it was what it is today. You know, like I didn't get to see the Larry Bird, Magic Johnson showdowns, and you know what I'm saying? I didn't really get to see the bad boy Pistons beating up Mike like that. You know, so I caught the end of an era. And I say that to say, because even with the GOAT metrics, like we always hear people say, these guys today couldn't play back then. But we know for a fact that those guys back then could play today. We know that because they did it. You know what I'm saying? They played in like the toughest era. And you guys got to see those showdowns like firsthand. You know what I'm saying? So to make the GOAT metric systems, it's almost like it comes full circle.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
know? So
definitely. And that's why when I hear the guys say not right now, not Cat, Ant-Man. Yeah, because I love him because he don't really care. And I know at some time, but when he said something the other day that was real big. He said that it is funny that he said it because he gave Mike you know, his props,
right.
but he kind of shitted on everybody else.
Wow.
You already said what he said?
Nah, I didn't see that.
I think he said something like, well, he's allegedly said something. I don't know what I can say, because I don't know who wrote it or whatever. But he said something like NBA today got all the skilled players. Mike was the only one skilled back then. Yeah,
that's that. And you know what? I would have to disagree, because when you talk about people like, I think that Mike was one of those players that was skilled on every level. You know, like Mike could be the best offensive player and the best defensive player. Mike could be the best mid-range player in the game. And if he wanted to, he could be the best three-point shooter in the game. So his skill level just outshined everybody. And I think that then your skill level was based on your position. You know, you didn't have big men shooting three-pointers. You didn't have big men playing on the outside. Okay. You know, so you didn't look as skilled. Like you take somebody like Kyrie Irving, to me, is one of the most skilled players in the NBA. Yeah. Right? And he's a point guard. But has he ever led the league in assists? You know what I'm saying? So back then, you were skilled based upon your position. Like if you were a point guard, that's what you were. So can we say, well, Kyrie is way more skilled than John Stockton, but was he ever a better point guard than John Stockton? Okay, I get you feel what I'm saying? So it's a little different. Centers played that position. You know, you didn't have a center like Jokic. You know what I'm saying? Patrick Ewing wasn't passing the ball from half court. You know what I'm saying? So you were skilled based upon your position. Yeah. So,
but I think that's when the NBA changed, when they went positionless.
Oh, no, definitely.
You know?
Definitely made a big difference. It showcased skill. Like you were able, because we all were on the playground before even if we were by ourselves, you counting down 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna shoot the shot from the 3 point. But you might be a center.
Yeah.
But we all had those aspirations of being Magic Johnson coming down the court. But that wasn't your skill level. So when they went positionless, it gave everybody the opportunity to showcase those skills that we dreamed of when we were young. When you got somebody like Jokic or even Kevin Durant, you talking 6'11", and this dude is shooting water. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't have that back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah. Now you got it right. And I'm not gonna read these guys' stats. We're gonna go through it real quick.
Okay.
Number 76 is Reggie Miller.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And I'm gonna speak on him.
Wait. Let me apologize to Reggie Miller. I did not know that Reggie Miller was number 76. I got set up. I apologize, Reggie.
Yeah, and the thing about it, Reggie Miller has 25,000 points. Yeah, and he played 18 years, but he has 9 points, and it's probably like 3 All NBA teams.
9 points ain't that bad. It's only 1 under 10.
Yeah, and it's and I guess for him to be so high on their list, make the top 50, I guess because he did have 25,000 points back then.
That's right.
Which was a rare thing.
Oh, nah, definitely.
But now it's so many players that has over 25,000 points that it kind of became different right now. I think like 28, 29 is like the bar now. Because between that 3,000, you lose a lot of people.
Right.
From 25 to 28, there's a lot of people that you lose in there.
And again, the 3-pointer, changed the game, and it's odd because Reggie Miller was like one of the first real 3-point perfectionists. You wanted to shoot like Reggie back in the day. Wow, 9 points from Reggie Miller.
So number 75 is Lenny Wilkins.
Okay.
10 years. You got 10 points.
Well, that's not bad. 10 years, points. Again, no mathematician, but that's about a point a year. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Then we got Nate Thurman, number 74.
Okay.
He played 14 years. He got 15 points.
Okay. Okay.
Then we have, and we could break down how they got their points or whatever, but we dealing with the GOAT metrics. We dealing with the guys at the top of the list.
That's right.
But we're going to get to some of the guys, and if you want to throw in chime in something or whatever, and maybe next time we'll be more prepared and have the bottom guys stuff.
Definitely.
I got their cards somewhere. But I don't even feel like going through. But I think next time I'm going to have the next 5 guys from 70 to 65 or whatever. I'm going to have their cards.
Until we get that sponsorship from Land of Basketball.
Yeah, exactly. So then we got Earl Monroe. He played 13 years. He got 18 points.
Okay. I would have thought he would have been a little higher, but
a lot of guys, because a lot of guys ain't won a lot of championships.
That's right.
And a lot of their accolades is not as high as we be thinking. And then we had Pete Maravich. He's number 70. He's tied for 71.
Okay.
He has 22 points in 10 years.
That's pretty good.
And then we have Billy Cunningham. He has 22 points in 9 years. So that's the bottom 6 right there. So we're gonna go from 70 to 66 next round. Yeah. So that's pretty much, we're gonna wrap up the show. We're not gonna go too hard. This was like the first show. We still gotta get the chemistry. We just gotta fill each other out.
Our producer throwing up his hands real quick. I think he wanted to say.
Hey, I just wanted to say, can you guys give a brief story on Mike? Like one of the highlight experiences in your life before we actually. I just want the viewers to understand the magnitude of who Michael Jordan was, who he was to both of you guys.
You know what? I'm glad you raised your hand, Mr. Producer. If you want to come and not have your producer all in the videos and come over here to Lifeline Presents.
You know what I'm saying?
But I could tell you, for me, And I don't want to get too sentimental. You know, like we said from the beginning, this is my uncle. And I always give him 38% of raising me. I'll tell you that how I got those numbers later. But you know, for me, like he was one of the coolest dudes that I knew. He was like the Fonz. I don't know if everybody know about the Fonz, but so to see him idolize somebody was different. So it made me want to know, like, who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? It's like if the bully on the block come home beat up, who whooped his ass?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and when I took a look at Mike, and again, the first thing I watched was, I believe it was Playground, Michael Jordan's Playground. And to hear all of the stories about Mike, like it was almost like Mike wasn't real. Yeah. Like when they talk about, oh, well, you know, he got cut from the team. He grew 6 inches, and like it was almost like it was destined for him to be great. Like through everything, like I was too short to play. I wasn't as good as this. I got cut. I wasn't supposed to make it, and then to become the greatest player ever was amazing to me. And I think my greatest Michael Jordan story, like watching him play, when John Starks from the New York Knicks, shout out number 3, dunked on damn near the whole Chicago team. Y'all remember that game?
Yeah.
Y'all remember that game? I was so hyped. I was like, yo, like New York, we here. Like, did y'all see that? I was hyped. And about 3 minutes later, Jordan had 1,000 points and the game was over. And it's like he took your soul. You know, it's like the look he gave John Starks was like, that was cute. You know what I'm saying? Like that was real cute. But let me show you what we do to cute around here. And it's like he was a dream crusher. I think it was Freddy Krueger. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that taught me 2 things. It taught me humility, and it taught me to never celebrate if Mike still had time on the clock. I don't give a damn if it was 3 seconds or 3 minutes. If it was time on the clock, you do not celebrate. You don't celebrate until Mike walked to that damn locker room.
Yeah.
That's what it taught me. So to this day, I don't care what I'm doing. If it's still time left for something to go wrong, I don't celebrate. So thank you, Mr. Jordan, for that.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, I'll tell you my greatest moment. Well, he know I was the biggest Jordan fan. I watched Come Fly With Me. I didn't brush my teeth in the bathroom. I brushed my teeth in my bedroom because I had the tape on before I go to school. So I put the tape on. I'm washing my face. I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it, but I'm coming in and brushing my teeth as I'm watching it and going and spitting and come back. I'm getting dressed to Come Fly With Me. I'm getting dressed. I'm packing my gym, but I have my gym pants on, my gym shorts on already,
right?
And my pants already. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting dressed. I'm doing this, but I think my biggest thing that I can remember that was real epic. It was when, because I'm from Queens, so we had 8 gyms. We got the game on. Pete that ran 8 gym, he had the game on, and the Bulls was playing Portland.
Okay.
And it was the game when Jordan had all them threes.
Oh yeah.
On Portland, right, and was going and doing
that.
All this. It was like we all wanted to play basketball, and that wasn't our team, and everybody loved Mike too. So some people were sitting there watching the game. Some people were still in the gym to shoot.
Right.
When he started heating up, the whole gym was watching the TV. You understand me?
The game was over.
Everybody that was playing and having a good time, all the little kids, some of the little kids didn't even know who he were like that.
Right.
But they seen everybody glued to the TV.
Wow.
Watching the game. So the whole gym, no balls was being bounced anymore.
Wow.
Everybody was watching.
That's crazy.
You know, and that was like, They didn't even win the game. Like, that didn't win the championship for him
Right.
that day.
Right.
But for him to make the whole gym be behind each other, you sit down, shorty, this, that,
Right.
Everybody wanted to see that TV.
Wow. Now just imagine being at that game. And
Yeah.
if I correct me if I'm wrong, that's the game before that game, he was like, I could be a 3-point shooter if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Because they was telling him he don't shoot three. He's like, I just choose not to.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And he had and then when you hear, like, now we got hindsight, because
Right.
we got Come Fly With Me and all this.
Oh, yeah.
Not Come Fly With Me, The Last Dance.
Yeah,
The Last
man,
Dance
epic.
gave insight to everything.
Yeah, epic.
And then when he said they was comparing him to Clyde
That's right.
Drexler.
That's right.
Like, that's crazy. Like, but that's the type of dude Jordan is.
That mentality.
That mentality.
Yeah.
But we're gonna wrap it up, man. This is the first episode of Goat Metric. Good for that, G. Appreciate that, G.
Definitely, definitely.
Because I didn't even, I never told that story before.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? I never told that story before. But when Seth was telling his story, I had to think. You know? But we're gonna wrap it up. This is another episode in the books. Well, it's the first episode in the books.
Definitely.
So we here to say we gonna be here hopefully next week or whatever.
Yeah.
We're gonna do some
70 more times. Shout out.
Do around the world too. Around the world is gonna be an episode that we do in between the GOAT metrics. Like some places have after hours and different things.
I'm looking forward to it.
We're just gonna have dialogue about different things. We go in the league, we go in the world, we go wherever.
That's
around the world.
That's what's up.
We're gonna wrap it up.
It's a
Appreciate
wrap.
you, brother.
Nah, I appreciate you having me, man. And again, Mr. Miller, I apologize. He set me up. I did not know you had 9 points. But it's a wrap. What Chappelle say? Wrap that